So here we are at cut. So cut is often seen as being the most important factor out of the 4 C's, and there's a lot of good reason for that. So how your diamond is cut is really going to determine 2 things. So number 1, it's going to determine how light shines through your stone. And number 2, cut is actually going to have the biggest impact on how small or how big your diamond is going to look. It actually has a much bigger impact than carat on the size of your stone.
So take a look at these 3 stones. Do they look different in size? All 3 stones are 1 carat. You might be thinking, how could that be? It has to do with proportions.
Yeah, so the 3 stones look different because they're proportioned differently. And honestly, if I had to really just summarize cut for you, it really is just about proportions, okay? So here is a little homemade tool that we created that we use to illustrate cut. So let's say you have these 3 stones here. They each weigh 1 carat each, but as you can see, they are proportioned differently. So there's 2 problems with that. So take a look at the first one. So if most of the weight is in the height of your diamond, face up looks a lot smaller. Now, that could be a scenario where you can have someone that gets engaged, tells all her friends it's a 1 carat, but one of her friends might be like, hey, mine's a 0.7, are you sure? Looks like my diamond sure looks bigger than yours, and creates a whole kerfuffle, right? But has nothing to do with size. Now, that's just the first part. Now, this part I think is actually even worse. So take a look at this. So what you're gonna see here is you see how light goes into the stone, but it leaks out the side. What's happening there, this is mostly physics and optics. It's gonna illustrate that most of the light is leaking out of the side of the diamond. It's not gonna shine that well, okay? A lot of you will not notice this in a jewelry store because it's really simple. The lighting is super intense. It's very strategic, so everything looks crazy bright in that setting. But you take a diamond like this and you open up the box at home, you're gonna notice it does not look as bright as it did back in the store. Okay, so I often say think of jewelry store lighting kind of the way that casinos are set up in Vegas. Nothing is by accident. Still want to tell my clients that you want to stay away from the opposite extreme. So some diamonds are purposely cut shallow because it's a bit of a pancake effect from the top down. It can make the stone look bigger, but the problem here is this. So you're going to notice here is how the light leaks, and it kind of leaks out the bottom of the stone. And the optical effect that does is it kind of makes the diamond look kind of like watery or like glass, like in the middle of the stone.
Now take a look when a diamond is cut to premium proportions. Light goes in the diamond, through the diamond, back out the diamond, like it's literally on fire from within. Nothing sparkles like a premium cut diamond. So where do we end off when it comes to cut? When it comes to color and clarity, you can definitely personalize, and you want to find out the color or the inclusion that's right for you. But when it comes to cut, it's a non-negotiable. You have to go to the top.
So you want a perfectly cut diamond because cut is going to have a trickle-down effect on everything else, okay? So a perfectly cut diamond reflects more light. A perfectly cut diamond will look whiter. There's more white. So you can actually have 2 diamonds that are the same color, but if one's perfectly cut, it'll usually appear whiter than the other one that's inferior cut. A perfectly cut diamond is kind of like the sun, okay? So it may even have imperfections, but it's kind of hard to see what's in there because it's just reflecting so much, whereas if it's not shining so much, you're much more able to easily see what's inside the stone. So because of that, it honestly is a pretty clear-cut choice there. So just make sure you, don't settle for anything less than that.
Absolutely.